A date selected in a month I deemed unimportant to those I held dear. A way to cling to a selfish desire to be the reason a month becomes important. A day I liked for how it rang, and the year for how far it felt from the horizon I was standing on. Still close enough that I would have the chance to dive into the abyss. On a note, it was scribbled down, the day I was to take my life. Twisted and sick while I enjoyed the idea of knowing how I was to die. Not by any natural causes, but by pure intent. Fool enough to pretend to be someone they could be proud of, only for me to die. Never making plans for the future despite being asked countless times. The only ones I would make in that regard is to how I was to take my life. Maybe throw myself off a bridge into the rushing waters of a right-capped river, strong enough to not let me fight back regardless of any regret. Maybe into an onslaught of cars speeding past, desperately trying to get where they meant to be, where I want to be. Or restrict myself completely, stop eating, living the rest of my life feeling the pain my mind has felt in a physical form. Taking a knife sharper than those of the past and digging deep along the veins of the skin underneath. Tripping off a cliff I can look over, find out what lies in the foliage underneath, and say hello to the wildcats that hunt there. Living in falsehoods, and all these lies as a pretense to save others from the pain I was trapped within. Aspirations and projects I wanted to create became victims in the process. For to me, I was not allowed to end my life, not until there would be pride in what I'd be leaving behind if I went into the light. The light I desperately wanted to be in, no pain or stress, no anxiety that couldn't control me like a puppet on its strings. Those strings that are tightened around my neck, suffocating a sure way to obey. I don't want to obey. I just want to be okay. To create what I want, aspiring to shine brightly, not bright like a star in the night so far away from where I stand, but shining on a stage with lights all around, feeling free to be who I daydream I can be. No longer do I wish to be trapped in invisible chains, ones of my own creation because I couldn't break free from what my mind has been telling me. I'm done with dull blades, little surface cuts that I pretend aren't bad. There may not be marks on the skin, but that doesn't mean there aren't scars buried underneath. Writing this plea in the dead of night to whichever deity has been watching over me. I want to live, breathe, and experience the life I desire for me. One no longer shrouded in the dark, one basked under the light of the sun, the moon, and the stars. Time and time before I've been told it is better to live while having loved and lost than live with a clouded heart. Unsure of how true this tale holds, for I've only yearned to live earnestly and honestly. I've lived within storm clouds, constantly consuming. Even if it means that I am vulnerable to prying eyes, it matters not, for the day I was to take my life is the day I wish to live.